Hey guys, you're back here with Jackie. This is Credit Connect. Remember, this channel is only about you guys. I'm here to empower you guys. I want to show you how to understand your credit, how to fix your credit, and how to go out there and leverage that credit. Also, join my free mentorship right now because in the future, I am going to start charging. And if you guys have any friends or relatives that don't speak English, send them to my Spanish channel, which is Conecto de Crédito. In this video, what we're going to talk about is the 4 credit cards, in my opinion, that I think are the easiest to get when you create a brand new LLC. And what does that mean? Let's just say that you created right now your LLC and you have all your papers in orders. You have all your documentation. You can go out there and start applying for business credit cards. And I'm going to give you my 4 favorite, and I'm going to give you the information, what credit bureau they pull from. Okay. So imagine if your credit right now is excellent, because remember, the number one to having business credit is great personal credit. Nobody out there can tell you that they're going to build business credit if you don't have good personal credit. Yeah, you might get some vendors accounts, but you're not going to get these credit cards. I can guarantee that, unless your business is making more than $500,000 a year or even more, and you've been an established business, but not if you're a brand new LLC. Also, remember, whenever you're going to apply for any of these business credit cards or any credit cards, guys, check your credit. Make sure you don't have any hiccups, any late payments. You don't know how many times I've tried to get somebody approved and they're like, yeah, I have good credit, and it comes back and they're denied. And then they're like, well, I just bought a car. Yeah, you just bought a car because you paid high interest. And if you don't pay, they're going to come and repossess that card. But they cannot repossess anything that you buy with a credit card unless you bought a motorhome or you bought something physical. But if you're just, paying for your business stuff or your personal stuff, they cannot repossess it. So this is really important, why you have to have good personal credit. Okay. Also, I'm going to tell you, make sure that you're under a 10% utilization and try to be 7 or 720 in your credit score. It's really important that, the game has changed and everything has gotten a lot more stricter lately. It's not the same that it used to be a year ago, 2 years ago, and 3 years ago. The plays are not the same. Everything's been burnt. So right now the banks have tightened up and they're getting a little bit more stricter. So the first bank that we're going to talk about today is PNC. PNC normally pulls from Experian on the business side. Yeah, I believe they pull from Equifax on the personal. With PNC, they have great business cards. You can go in there and open a brand new credit card, business credit card, with a brand new LLC. Again, I'm going to tell you, the game is not chess. It's the game is not checkers. It's chess. So you want to study the bank. You want to take your time. You want to try to season it if you can. If you can, then go in there and apply for the credit cards. They do have multiple cards, and you can have multiple cards at one time with PNC. PNC is very friendly to brand new LLCs for business credit cards. They like to see at least a 2-year-old business LLC for their business lines of credit. But as well, once you establish this relationship with PNC, you could get up to $100,000 with no documentation with PNC. Okay, but you need to have a 2-year LLC. But right now we're talking about the business credit cards. The second one I'm going to talk to you about is Truist Bank. Truist Bank, you guys got to be careful. You might go in there and fill out the paperwork to try to get a business line of credit. They might tell you, hey, you know what? We don't need your paperwork. But guess what? If you don't read the documentations that you're signing line by line, you might be signing for a 4506, which that is a tax document that they can get all your tax papers. They can get all the transcripts directly from the IRS. So if you lied on those papers and you put that you did your taxes and you haven't done your taxes, or you put that you made more money and you didn't, guess what? They're going to find out. Okay, so let's just stick to the business credit cards right now. With Truist Bank, you could get up to 2 business credit cards. They are going to pull Equifax. And remember, I'm in Florida, so I'm giving you the data points that come up here. It all depends what state you're in. Okay, so do your homework. Like I always tell you, do your due diligence, do your homework before you apply for anything. Truist Bank is excellent. This is another institution that was burned a lot. So right now they have gotten really strict. But if you go in there and you build that relationship with the banker, they will help you at least to start with those credit cards. It's really important. Okay. The other bank I'm going to tell you is Bank of America. Bank of America, you can hold up onto 3 business credit cards with them. I've seen people getting 2 business credit cards at one time, and they do pull from TransUnion. Again, in Florida, I've heard, other data points depending where you're at from Experian, but I think TransUnion is more common. Bank of America, it's an excellent institution. Remember, they're excellent as well. If you want to finance several cars at the same time under your business name, you might want to go with Bank of America. Bank of America, they are relationship friendly. I have an account with Bank of America. They're always calling me to see how they can help me. What else can they do for me? They're letting me know how many products I can, get right now. So remember, anytime that you're applying for credit cards or anything like that, and if you go in person, you don't want to tell them, well, how many credit cards can I get with one hard pull? Or, you're like, hey, how many, what credit products are you offering right now? And you kind of want to talk to them and you kind of want to act dumb, like, hey, so what are you offering? And, where do they pull from? But you don't want to look thirsty, okay? So when you go into the bank, and always remember, you want to apply for credit when you don't need it. Because if you apply when you need it, you're not going to get it, because that's when you look desperate for credit. And that's when people create this mistake. And that's why their business goes down the drain, because they wait until they need the money to go out there and find the money. You can't wait. You have to do it when you don't need it and just keep it, or leverage it in your business, or invest it, or do something. But don't wait until you need, your business already going down the drain, and that's when you're going out there and looking for $50,000. You want to have those $50,000. Remember, the rich own nothing, but they control everything. You want to be like the rich. You want to own nothing, but you want to control everything. You want to have everything down packed, so whenever you need it, it's there for you guys. Don't forget, okay? The last bank I'm going to talk to you about is American Express. American Express is awesome. Sometimes you have to be a little bit seasoned with American Express with your LLC, but I've seen people with a brand new LLC, but they had such a good relationship with their American Express on the personal side that they got approved for that business credit card right away. So it all depends how strong your profile is. I love American Express for the reason that when you apply the first time, you can also use their pre-qualification tool to see if you're going to get approved. They do tend to pull from Experian, but anytime that you have an American Express credit card through the personal side, most of the times it's just a soft pull. I've seen people, I have right now 3 to 4 American Express, and I only got a hard pull for the first one. So it's really important to understand the game. Imagine right now, if you want to do 2 business credit cards from Experian, you can use American Express because it's not going to report. So this is amazing. Also, these 4 credit cards that I'm talking to you about on the business side, they don't report to personal. Most business credit cards do not report to your personal credit card, but there is like 2 or 3. I want to say TD Bank. I also want to say, I think Capital One. So you need to be careful, because the whole game of this is being able to leverage those credit cards on the business side, max them out, and not have them report to the personal side. That way you can keep accumulating credit. Okay. And then once you use your business credit, then you'll go back and leverage that personal credit just so it grows. The more stronger you build that personal credit, the more you can build on the business side as well. They go hand in hand. Never forget that. Hand in hand. You can have one side bad and the other side good. They both have to be good if you really want to go out there and get some major capital on the business side and on the personal side as well. So remember, hand in hand. These 4 credit cards, like I tell you, they're probably my favorite when you're starting your business journey. And it's very easy to get 200,000 to 200,000 to 250 with these 4 business credit cards that I'm telling you about. So again, you might not get in the first try, you might not even get $50,000. But if you start leveraging up and you start getting credit line increase, you will end up having at least, I would say, easily $150,000 in business credit card, in business credit, if not even more. It's just understanding the game, taking your time, and playing the chess correctly. Remember, guys, I'm still dropping my VIP mentorship that you guys can still get in for free. I'm starting to build out the classes. I have lists in there of credit unions, banks, templates for your own credit repair. I have a lot of information that you can go out there and leverage right now, because I am going to start charging for that membership. Okay, so it's really important. And